on this Africa Day, imagine waking up to a fully developed and integrated African continent, one huge economy in a confederation of African states, the third largest world economy, ultra-modern states with modern infrastructure, and an African Express rail system. Railroads and railways crisscrossing across the African continent. And with vibrant airlines, our spectacular landscapes and seductive sunsets, making our tourism the most and the largest economic sector. Is this possible? Raise your hand if you think this is possible. Raise your hand if you think, well, this is just a pipe dream. Okay. What I've just said is what Agenda 2063, the vision for Africa for the next 50 years, says, the African Union vision for Africa. When I first heard this, I reacted more or less the same as some of you. But I mean, this just won't happen. But you see, we forget that we have power. And let me show you how we make this a reality. If we wake up to our personal power and we show up with impact and presence, and we speak up with transformational conversations, it is possible for you and I to work together to build a transformational African legacy for our children and our grandchildren. Think of a big African baobab tree, standing tall like a mountain. To do that, it requires strong roots going deep into the soil. It also requires a big, strong trunk to hold the branches bearing fruit. The roots, the trunk, and the branches symbolize the three transformations standing between us and the Africa we want to build. The first transformation is waking up. It is personal transformation. Like the roots of a tree, it is the foundation that we build this Africa. It is about knowing who you really are and being yourself. It is about waking up to our true identity as Africans, transcending but including our differences of nationality, tribe, race, language, religion, and political affiliations. Our true self is the source of the clarity of mind, the well-being, the wisdom, the resilience, the creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, and the leadership we need to build a continent. Anthony de Mello, a philosopher, used to say this in his awareness seminars. He used to say, most people are born in their sleep, they go to school in their sleep, they go to college in their sleep, they graduate in their sleep, they go to work in their sleep, they get married in their sleep, they divorce in their sleep, they retire in their sleep, and they die in their sleep. Personal transformation, the grounding, is waking up from this sleepwalking. As Paul Valery said, the best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. The second transformation is interpersonal transformation, that's showing up. This is about impactful relationships, influence, and synergy power. Like the branch, like the trunk of a baobab tree, it is the connection between our personal transformation, which is where we are right now, and the Africa we want to create, the branches and the fruit of a tree. This is about knowing and understanding the connection that we have with everything else. We are always connected to everyone and everything else in this magnificent universe. The third transformation is speaking up. And this is about engaging in transformational conversations to work together to create and build the Africa we want. This is about us working together, putting our minds together to work towards this Africa we want. Everything in the universe, it is said, started as a thought in some mysterious universal intelligence mind. In the beginning, there was a word, and the word was, you know the rest of that story. In fact, if you look around you, everything you see started as a thought in someone's mind. The tall skyscrapers, the freeways, the computers that are doing almost everything for us. Even this theater here started as a thought in someone's mind. And then, of course, you started as a thought in someone's mind. Well, two people, actually. Getting together, a bit of feeling between them, and a little bit of action, then you. The vision for Africa started as a thought in the mind of Zuma. No, not President Jacob Zuma. The other Zuma, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, the chair of African Union Commission. The two are not related, by the way. The three transformations I've just described will give you the self-esteem, self-worth, and self-confidence to engage in transformational conversations with other Africans, to pursue your most meaningful and purposeful goals. This is the gift that you bring to the building of the Africa we want. This is your authentic self-expression that adds value to you, your community, and Africa. Know yourself, be yourself, and value yourself. Agenda 2063, the vision for Africa, is a reality. If you, all peoples of Africa, on the continent and in the diaspora, which is the Caribbean and the Americas, come on board for yourselves and for your children and your grandchildren. By waking up, showing up, and speaking up, and engaging in transformational conversations to bring about this transformed Africa This one huge economy, the third largest economy in the world, with modern states, cities, infrastructure, road and rail networks, vibrant airlines, and making all of that together with our spectacular landscapes and seductive sunsets, giving us tourism as our largest economic sector. Take up the task. It's too important a task to be left to politicians. Join the movement, the African consciousness movement. When you wake up, show up, and speak up. All of you, in your communities, in schools, in colleges, in the workplace, from here in Cape Town to Cairo, from Accra to Addis Ababa, from Rio de Janeiro to Port-au-Prince to Kingston, Jamaica. The key to the Africa we want lies within you and me. The waking up, showing up, and speaking up is what we require to co-create the Africa we desire. Thank you.